There's a certain magic to vintage pieces. They seem to whisper stories of the past, tales of a bygone era that still resonate today. Each item, whether it's a piece of furniture or a small decorative object, carries with it a sense of history and nostalgia that is simply irreplaceable. They hold a story, a history you can feel. When you run your fingers over the worn edges of an old book or admire the intricate details of an antique lamp, you are connecting with the past in a tangible way. These objects have witnessed countless moments, and they bring a depth and richness to our lives that new items often lack. Unlike mass-produced items, vintage finds possess a unique charm. Each piece is one of a kind, with its own distinct character and personality. This uniqueness is what makes vintage items so special and sought after. They stand out in a world where uniformity often reigns, offering a refreshing break from the ordinary. This comes from their craftsmanship, their patina, their journey through time. The meticulous attention to detail, the quality of materials, and the skill of the artisans who created these pieces are evident in every curve and line. The patina, the natural wear and tear that develops over time, adds to their beauty and tells a story of their journey. Incorporating vintage items into your home isn't just about decorating, it's about creating a space that feels lived in and loved. It's about blending the old with the new to create a harmonious and eclectic environment that reflects your personal taste and style. It's about infusing your space with soul. Vintage pieces bring warmth and character to a room, making it feel cozy and inviting. They add layers of history and meaning, transforming a house into a home. It's about creating a home that feels personal and authentically you. When you choose vintage items, you are making a statement about who you are and what you value. You are choosing to surround yourself with pieces that have a story and a soul, pieces that resonate with you on a deeper level. Vintage pieces add warmth and character. They bring a sense of history and continuity, connecting the past with the present. They remind us of the beauty of imperfection and the value of things that have stood the test of time. They tell a story that unfolds with every glance. Each scratch, dent and mark is a testament to the life the piece has lived. These imperfections are not flaws, but rather badges of honor, adding to the item's charm and appeal. A chipped enamelware picture on your kitchen shelf. It may not be perfect, but it has character and a story to tell. It adds a touch of nostalgia and a sense of history to your kitchen, making it feel warm and inviting. A weathered wooden toolbox repurposed as a planter. This creative use of vintage items not only adds charm to your garden, but also gives new life to old objects. It's a way of honoring the past while creating something beautiful and functional for the present. These pieces become conversation starters, sparking curiosity and adding depth to your home. They invite guests to ask questions and share stories, creating a sense of connection and community. They remind us that beauty can be found in imperfection and that the passage of time often enhances rather than diminishes an object's appeal. The wear and tear, the signs of age, all contribute to the unique beauty of vintage items. Embracing vintage is about appreciating the beauty of imperfection. It's about seeing the value in things that have a history and a story to tell. It's about celebrating the uniqueness and character that come with age. It's about finding joy in the stories these pieces carry. Each vintage item has a past, a journey that has brought it to you. By incorporating these pieces into your home, you are adding layers of meaning and history to your space. It's about creating a home that reflects your unique style and celebrates the passage of time. A home filled with vintage items is a home filled with stories, memories, and a sense of continuity. It's a home that honors the past while embracing the present, creating a space that is truly timeless.
Every vintage item holds a past. Each one is a silent witness to the passage of time, a keeper of memories and stories that have long since faded from the minds of those who lived them. These objects, though inanimate, are imbued with the essence of the eras they have survived. Imagine the hands that crafted a rustic farmhouse table. The skill, the dedication, and the love poured into every curve and joint. Each mark and imperfection tells a story of the craftsman's journey, a testament to their artistry and hard work. Picture the family gathered around it for meals and laughter. The table, a silent observer, has seen generations come and go, each leaving behind a trace of their presence. It has been a witness to countless celebrations, heartfelt conversations, and moments of togetherness. Consider the journeys of a vintage globe, its surface worn smooth by curious fingers tracing distant lands. These pieces witnessed history. They have been a part of dreams and aspirations, guiding explorers and dreamers alike to far-off places and uncharted territories. They carry the energy of bygone eras. Each item, whether it be an old camera capturing moments in time, a vintage telephone connecting voices across distances, or a typewriter crafting stories, holds a unique charm and character that modern items often lack. Owning a vintage piece is like owning a small piece of history. It's a tangible connection to the past, a way to hold in your hands something that has seen and survived the passage of time. It's a tangible connection to the past. When you touch a vintage item, you are not just feeling the material, you are connecting with the hands that made it, the people who used it, and the stories it has silently witnessed. You become a caretaker of its story, adding your own chapter to its journey. By restoring and preserving these items, you are honoring their past while ensuring they continue to be a part of the present and future. This sense of history adds a layer of meaning and depth to your home. It creates a space that is not just aesthetically pleasing, but also rich in stories and memories. It transforms your space from a mere dwelling into a living, breathing testament to the past. Each vintage item becomes a conversation starter, a piece of history that invites curiosity and admiration. In a world of mass production, vintage items offer a refreshing alternative. They stand out in their uniqueness, each one with its own story and character, unlike the uniformity of modern mass-produced goods. They remind us that objects can have soul, they can tell stories, they can evoke emotions and memories, connecting us to times and places we may never have experienced ourselves. And they can connect us to the past in meaningful ways. By incorporating vintage items into our lives, we are not just decorating our spaces, we are weaving a tapestry of history, memory, and personal connection that enriches our everyday experiences.
Your home should reflect you. It should be a sanctuary that tells your unique story, a place where every corner whispers a bit about who you are and what you love. It should tell your story. Every piece of decor, every item on display should contribute to the narrative of your life, making your home a living, breathing autobiography. Vintage pieces offer a powerful way to infuse your personality into your decor. These items, with their rich histories and unique characteristics, can transform a generic space into something truly special. A collection of vintage cameras displayed on a shelf speaks to a love of photography. Each camera has its own story, its own past, and together they create a fascinating focal point that draws the eye and sparks conversation. A vintage record player spinning your favorite tunes creates a cozy and inviting atmosphere. The warm, analog sound of vinyl adds a layer of nostalgia and comfort that modern digital music often lacks. Don't be afraid to mix and match different vintage styles. Combining pieces from different eras can create a dynamic and visually interesting space that feels curated and intentional. Combine a mid-century modern chair with an antique side table. This blend of styles can highlight the unique qualities of each piece, creating a harmonious yet eclectic look. Pair a vintage rug with a contemporary sofa. The juxtaposition of old and new can add depth and texture to your decor, making the space feel layered and rich. These unexpected juxtapositions create visual interest and showcase your unique style. They tell a story of a life well lived, filled with diverse influences and experiences. Vintage pieces add character and charm that mass-produced furniture simply can't replicate. The craftsmanship and materials of vintage items often surpass those of modern equivalents, offering both beauty and durability. They bring a sense of history and individuality to your space, transforming your house into a home that truly reflects who you are. Embrace the charm of vintage finds and let them tell your story, creating a space that is uniquely yours.
Upcycling is a wonderful way to give vintage items a second life. A fresh coat of paint can transform a tired dresser into a statement piece. Reupholstering a vintage chair with a modern fabric breathes new life into it. Don't be afraid to get creative and put your own spin on vintage pieces. Repurposing is another great way to give vintage items a new purpose. Turn old suitcases into side tables or storage. Use vintage windows as wall decor or picture frames. Let your imagination guide you, and have fun with the process. Upcycling and repurposing vintage items is not only environmentally friendly, but it also allows you to personalize your finds and make them truly your own.